Good afternoon and happy Thanksgiving, YouTube. This is EconCat88, and I'm down here on the riverfront again doing my good deed for the day on this Thanksgiving holiday and feeding the downtrodden. I got 3 cans of Friskies. I only see 2 cats here. I know there were 4 last time I was here, but that was a little while ago, so don't know if the others will show up or not, but these 2 here at least are going to get a pretty good feast. Here he comes. He knows it's up here. He knows it's up here, but he's afraid of me. The little gray and white one's pretty skittish. I know some people made some comments on my last video that I shouldn't feed strays because it just brings about more strays, but I can't help it. I like cats, and they're already here and alive, so I'm going to feed them. Put it down here so I can get to it because they're just too afraid of me. Get to it. They're right there and they can't even find it. They're so frantic they can't even find. Oh, here comes another one. I never saw this one before. A little poofball kitty. See it back there? It's on that path. It's gray. It's a little bitty cat. You can hardly even see it in the brush. And there's a couple guys over there about 200 or 300 yards away from me that are feeding some more cats. So this area is just heavily populated with strays, and it really is a shame, but what are you going to do? The economy's tough, and all that means is more people can't afford to feed their pets. And if they have a cat and they wind up getting kicked out of their house or lose their job or whatever, they're gonna opt obviously to feed themselves and their kids before they do their pets. And so here these strays are just left abandoned, and other people drop off formerly domesticated cats, and it's just terrible. But no one ever said life was fair, and certainly isn't fair for these strays. Take a few steps back here and hopefully they find it. Yep, they did. Again, if you have a cat and you can't afford to keep it, for Pete's sake, at least get the thing spayed or neutered before you do drop it off. But that's just an awful thing to do. Try to find another way to scrounge up a few bucks just to feed the thing and keep it alive. You take in an animal, it's just like taking in a kid. You don't just drop it off in the middle of nowhere and just... I've never seen this one before either. There's another kitten. So there's at least 5 down here that I've seen so far. And there's kind of the mama cat over there, so 6. If you have a couple extra bucks to donate it to your local humane society or another place that kind of helps take care of strays and other animals. They need help too. And I drove through downtown on my way here, and the Occupy Toledo movement has ended. Unless they move the location of it. Since I went to Florida, it's over. There weren't any protesters there or any Occupy people around. This black and white one's kind of the aggressive one. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but it's the more aggressive one of the bunch down here. This little one here is getting a pretty good serving. Yeah, I'll just leave the empty cans there. I'll pick them up next time. I want this gray and white one to see this. I like them all to get a little bit to eat. There's the guys that were feeding the other cats. By the way, I had some other people send me some private messages about whether or not I feel safe coming down here in these quiet areas by myself. Here's your answer. I got my Uncle Smith and Wesson with me, so I'm not really that concerned about anybody bothering me. 12 with one in the hole, that should be enough to get me out of any jam, I think. Oh, there's 3 of them now getting a pretty good hunk to eat. This one here looks like it might be pregnant. I've never seen this one before either. So it's just a shame. Part of me wants to try to capture these cats and take them in and get them spayed and neutered, but if I knew I could do that and just drop them back off down here, I probably would, because it just, somewhere along the way you have to kind of reduce the flock. Otherwise, the people that say, you know, feeding strays just begets more strays, they're kind of correct. But the cats that are already alive, I just can't stomach the fact of taking them in and knowing that they're going to be purposely. This is the prettiest one of the bunch right here, this little gray, light gray and white one. It's too skittish to come over here and eat, so I think I'm going to move a can of this food over here for it. Here's the little poof ball kitty. Here they come back again. And as the economy continues to deteriorate, this problem is only going to get worse, I'm afraid. People just aren't going to be able to afford cat litter and food, and certainly not going to be able to afford veterinarian bills. People that are in that line of work probably up to this point haven't been negatively affected too much by the economic downturn, because a lot of empty nesters have pets, and since they're empty nesters, they have more disposable income, and dinks, double income and no kids, they still have money to support having a pet or 2 or 3. But this area over here is a working class neighborhood, blue collar, so they obviously are hurting from this crisis. But on this Thanksgiving afternoon, soon to be evening, this is Econ Kate 88 signing off from Toledo, Ohio, feeding the downtrodden. Happy Thanksgiving to all my subscribers and friends on YouTube. Thanks for watching.